Guys' profiles on Hinge keep making the same mistakes over and over. Their prompts don't actually share anything about them. They have no idea which photo of theirs is their best, and they usually have one picture that's holding them back. So I'm going through roasting and fixing a bunch of these profiles so they work a lot better. Now this first one. So the picture, you can't really see him like practically at all. That is not a good first picture. Nobody's going to swipe right on that. The prompt is okay. I mean, the live comedy shows, yeah, you could talk a little bit about that. The thunderstorms, that's okay, but there's really not a lot to go on here. But there is one thing that is very important that he never mentions again in the entire profile, and that's his job. He's a zookeeper. That is fascinating. That should be the very first thing he talks about, because if I see a chick who works at a zoo, I got questions. Like, that's a really interesting job. What's it like feeding all the animals? I'm sure there's a lot of stories and stuff to go off of. Secondly, how to get rid of the open to short part of the relationship. It's just say long term, and also don't say figuring out my relationship type. Get rid of the cat picture. Next, that's a really, really good picture. That's a fantastic picture. That should be his first one. It's clearly at the zoo. It also shows what he's like. It's not just like a clear face shot. His style is shown off here very well. The prompts, I mean, it's all bullet points, which isn't that bad, but it says the newest hobby I'm trying to figure out. Like, why not just actually share the hobby? That's a million times more interesting than just saying you're interested in a hobby. Now, this next one is a pretty solid profile. I would put that dog photo. This is first one. It's definitely his best. I would get rid of this prompt, replace it with something else. I mean, the lazy Sundays and spontaneous road trips have been said a million times before. You're not adding anything. Same with this. It's not really telling anything about himself. And I get rid of the last picture just because it's not as good as the other ones. And I'm getting these profiles from Reddit, and he says in the title of the thread that he's getting few matches. And anytime a profile like this that says he's not doing well comes up, I know it's either because he's not swiping enough or he's too picky. And sure enough, he literally says that he's too selective, or he's very selective, and that he uses the free version. You can do one, but you can't do both. Now this next one, it's okay. I mean, it's a clear face shot, which is important. Everybody likes nature. You don't have to include that. But cycling is interesting, so you could expand upon that. The music he's interested in, that's fine. This dude is jacked. So I'd put that as your first picture. And I'd also get rid of all that text below long-term relationship. I don't even know what that means. I'd definitely get rid of the back picture. Like, no chick is going to say like, oh yeah, he's jacked, but how's his back? Get rid of that one. And I'd start using pictures with your shirt on, and the love language being physical touch. Like, just share something about yourself instead. Now that's a great picture. Full body shot, though it's not like he really needs it, but that's always good to do. And there's something here that you can see. He's wearing a cross. So he's religious. And if you go back to the original picture, you can see he's Catholic. That's something he should talk about. Maybe he's not super, super into it, but if it's a notable thing in your life, which it seems like it might be, you should talk about it, because, somebody who's really kind of on the fence is just going to elevate you to them. So talk about that kind of stuff. No idea what this last picture is. I guess it's filler. That's fine. You can have some filler. I have like 2 pictures right now on Hinge that are of my dog. It gets like half of my likes. Can't say they're all like genuine likes, but it's, I just don't have that many good pictures at the moment. Next, this one's pretty good, and the prompt is a bit cheesy. The rest is honestly fine. The last picture though, the one with the woman, like the first thing that makes me think, especially that he put a smiley face over it, is that that's his ex. And if you go into the thread, he says he's actually just salsa dancing, and that was just, a random partner that he was using. But if my first thought that it was his ex, then there's probably other people are thinking the same thing. And it's kind of like how a bad photo that you look attractive in is better than a good one where you don't. Just because it shows that you're active or in a group photo or doing some activity like rock climbing, if you don't look good in it, don't include it. The priority is to make you look as attractive and accurately attractive as possible. Now this one, this is great. All the space NASA stuff. He's very clearly like, you instantly kind of have a read on this guy because he's actually including information about himself. He's an aerospace engineer. Like, you can, like, boom, you instantly know that. If there's another aerospace engineer that looks at his profile, he's going to get elevated. There's going to be some interest there. I don't know what being atheist and agnostic, I don't know if that's even possible. But these aren't bad. The problem is what he's wearing. There's blue bananas on a pink shirt. Yeah, these pictures, he needs like some rugged workwear type style, or just about anything that's not what he's wearing. Otherwise, he'd do fine. Next, overall, it's not bad. I like the golf one. It's including stuff about motorsports. That's great. I'd replace this prompt. And now this last picture, or pictures, there's a huge disparity. Like the top picture, he looks kind of like a badass. Looks cool, swagger. Bottom one, he looks like some 14-year-old boy. Just keep the top one. You can maybe even put that one as your first one or your second one. Ditch the last picture. And let's go on to the next one. This is a solid picture. Like, I don't know if this was a photo shoot. It kind of looks like it based on his hand placements because nobody really puts their hands like that. But it's a really good photo shoot picture because you can't tell it's one. And that's the whole point of whether it like actually works. Like if you're just kind of like posing like this, it just doesn't look good. The prompt is fine. Oh, that's a really good picture. That actually, like the quality of the camera, I think he was using a selfie with an actual camera. I don't know, because it doesn't quite look like a phone picture, but otherwise the prompt is fine. Working on his summer car, like, okay, if you're into cars, talk about that a little bit more. Sweet chili heat Doritos, that's completely fine. Next photo, it just doesn't look right for some reason. It almost looks like his face was superimposed. Like, I don't know if that's AI or something. It just doesn't look right, so I just get rid of that. And the prompt, like it's mildly funny, but you could be including something about yourself, something that some woman might have actually been interested in, but now you'll never know. So get rid of that. Last picture here is great. Again, looks like a photo shoot thing, but it looks natural enough that nobody's really going to know. And I would get rid of this picture of him with a Miata because, I mean, I'm sure that's his car and I'm sure he's like proud of it or whatever. But I mean, I even if that was a very, very high-end car, I still wouldn't recommend putting that there because it doesn't come across right. Unless it's like very natural in the moment that you happen to be leaning, like maybe on your phone or something, that could look a little bit better. So it's just not so forced. But yeah, don't need a yellow 90s Miata in your profile. Lastly is this one. First picture is fine. I get rid of this prompt. Like the first part, if you like taking things apart and putting them back together, share an example of that. If it's like an actual meaningful thing in your life. And crying from Disney movies, I mean, if you cry from Disney movies, 100% own that. And I'm talking very genuinely. That's completely fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Own that shit. But it doesn't need to be the very first thing that they read about you. That's all. The pictures overall are fine. Actually kind of reminds me of my cousin. This prompt, again, you have to realize, like, unlike women, practically every single guy has humor in their profile. So you're not standing out. I mean, some guys, that's all they can rely on. And sometimes it's like funny shit, but you shouldn't lean on that as much. It's rather just actually having something in common with them. Like even just saying where you work or where you're studying. It doesn't have to be this very creative, clever thing because maybe they have experience working where you work or they've studied or interested in whatever you're studying. The last picture is good. I'd probably put that as number 2. Just because it doesn't show his face enough. But honestly, if I could give him any other advice, if he's capable of it, grow a beard. I think he would rock it well. But that's it. That's all for today. If you want me to write yours, give me a shout. I guess I'll put my email in the description or something like that. Just include a bunch of stuff that you're interested in. I'll probably have a couple back and forths with you. But otherwise, that's it. I'll talk to you again soon.